Okay, so I've had this heating problem with the engine. Can't quite figure out what's going on here, but now I think it might be the heat exchangers leaking. Leaks the antifreeze out. It might be the heat exchangers leaking. Leaks the antifreeze out, goes out the exhaust, and then the engine overheats because I don't have any water or antifreeze in it. So I'll put you some light on so you can see. There you go. Heat exchanger core is leaking. So we got to figure that out. I think that's where all the problem is. We've been trying to figure it out, trying to figure out why it heats. Every time we take it out, we've done everything. Impeller, thermostat, seacock, everything, opened up everything, got everything flowing, but it keeps heating, but we keep losing the antifreeze. So that's got to be where it's going. Hope so. Anyway, I'll let you know. Okay, the seawater comes out of the back of the heat exchanger here, around and up to this connection here, which is the anti-siphon valve. So I'm going to try taking this off and see if there's any antifreeze in there. If there's antifreeze in there, then we definitely got a problem with the heat exchanger, because it's not supposed to be anything but seawater there. So we'll see. Alright, so I got the hose off. So what I think I'm going to do is fill it up back up full of antifreeze, put the little pressure tester in there and pump it and see if I happen to see any antifreeze come out, which would mean that seawater and antifreeze would be mixing and it would go out the back of the boat. Try that. We'll see if that's what happens. Alright, still working on the heating problem. So found that I had some antifreeze in the bilge after doing a pressure test on the heat exchanger. So not really sure where that's coming from, but it could be coming from the hot water heater or from a hot water heater line. So I think what I'm going to do next is try to figure this thing out. I'm going to remove these two lines and get to the hot water heater, and I'm going to just loop one in there and put it back, and that way I can bypass it. And we'll do another pressure test and see what that does. Alright, so put this little loop hose on here. So where the hot water heater, well, let's take those hoses off. Now we'll take a pressure test and see what happens this time. Okay, here we are back working on the heating. And remember, I jumped out the hot water heater, pumped it up, and now I pumped up 10 psi, and I've been sitting there for about 15 minutes, and now it holds pressure. So that means the hot water heater or the hoses going to the hot water heater, which is more probably like it, have got a hole in them or something, and it was leaking all of the antifreeze out, and then that meant it lost its antifreeze, and that's where the engine was heating. So whew, I have tried everything on this thing, from putting impellers in it and everything, and now I think it's going to be the hot water heater. So we'll see. If it holds pressure, then we'll see. Hopefully we can crank it and it'll stay cool. Okay, so we've been gone for about an hour to West Marine, and it looks like it's still holding pressure really well. It's about 10. We're going to replace this hose here. It was just a temporary thing to check the pressure. That's more of an automotive hose, but I went to West Marine and got a high pressure 200 pound PSI really thick hose. We'll put that on there, a little U-turn there, so to feed the water back in. And then we're gonna clean the through hole, and then we're gonna crank this thing up and see if it heats. Keep our fingers crossed. What do you think, Kat? Yeah?
I think it's gonna work.
All right. She says it's gonna work. We'll see. So normally in the past, every time we'll put the pressure tester on, when we take the cap back off, the antifreeze is gone. So let's see how it looks this time. Aha! Full of antifreeze. Woohoo! I think we're getting somewhere now. All right.
go out.
Cool. Okay, put a heavier hose on there, 200 psi, just for a loop, so we can get the hot water heater fixed and find out where the leak's at, and pressurized it, and it is holding about 10 pounds is where I put it. So we're going to flush the valve in the back, and then we're going to crank this thing up and see what she does. Okay, so we've had it running now for about 30 minutes. Anywhere from idle to like 2200 RPMs. We put it in gear, reverse, forward also while we're sitting at the dock. So it's running about 160, which is good, real good. So it's staying cool now, but you know, we're not under water or anything. We're just at a dock. Sometimes it stays cool, you know, no matter what. But that's much cooler than it was before. It's just sticking right there. So I think after it cools down, if it still has antifreeze in it, which normally it don't, because that leak, it's got to be a leak in the water heater or in the water heater lines, then we should be good to go. That's going to be the fix. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Yeah, here's the water coming out. Got the exhaust. Seems to be doing good. That's just an hour, so that's good. So here's Kathy as she's working away, working from the boat today. She has all her big screens over there doing her job. But hey, Kat, I think I found why the boat's been heating. Why? You know, you're not going to believe it, but I was looking for some plastic bags under the sink. I got to think about that hot water heater. You know, one of the lines already checked, I could see it, but there's another one I couldn't quite see it. So anyway, I got down here and it's rotted off. It's laying in the bilge.
Are you kidding me? So
all of the antifreeze has been going in the bilge from the motor, and so it's the water, it's the antifreeze comes from the engine through the hot water heater. We need that, and we put that jump out line in there, you know, to jump it out. But now, in the middle of all these trash bags we got down in here, I found that was a line that was 8 plumb off. It's kind of hard to get to, but it's right here.
Oh, it just disintegrated?
Yeah, it just ate itself completely up. It's just like the end of it's gone. So all the antifreeze is just dumping in the boat.
Wow. And
rather than, you know, putting that old line back, I think what I'm going to do is, we're going to measure it, and I'm going to get new lines, and we'll just get them cut the right length, and that way we won't have to worry about them leaking again.
Right.
Oh my God, we've done everything to this thing. Thermostat, impeller, end caps off of the heat exchanger. I mean, diver underneath, cleaning through hole, and a valve, and then we back flushed the valve, which is all good. It needed to be done. You know, we hadn't done it, but then guess what? Hot water heater hose. Oh my God. Well, I think that's it. I think that's the problem. So let's hope so.
Yes.
Next episode on Dreamweaver SV.
Where are we going today? What are we going to do
Little
today?
Washington, we are picking up our new dinghy.
What kind of dinghy we getting?
CL310.
CL310 what? Say it. Highfield.
Highfield.
All right.
Hypalon.